high impact learning and lifelong success.
I've been pursuing high impact practices for all of my time, and I haven't really realized it until now.
I started my undergraduate research in my freshman year, where I first joined a high impact practices project with a NASA-funded biomechanics lunar task safety assessment, where we assessed the biomechanics of certain tasks that astronauts would perform on the lunar surface to assess and aid in astronaut training.
We always have to deal with bias in our lives, whether it's in the media that we consume or in our own sort of experiences. We always have this sort of subset of biases that we innately have within ourselves. And learning how to do undergraduate research and how to look at things on an objective level really allowed me to take a step back and see everything on the grandest scale possible.
The high impact practices I've enlisted in, if you will, like community service and internships, for my major at least, internships have opened my eyes, seen what my future could possibly be. Community service has allowed me to help people of different sorts. Like I've volunteered at food banks and stuff of that sort, who are people in need. It's opened my eyes to what's truly happening in the world and things I could do to help them.
Do not be shy. Don't think, oh, my grades are this, or oh, I really only have much experience and this, that, and the third. Don't let any of that stop you, because one thing that I have seen throughout talking with various mentors and talking about what they want to see in their mentees, the GPA and like grades and things like that, they may look at those in terms of like your coursework and like how much knowledge you've taken, but what they look for first and foremost is enthusiasm. So I would say don't let anything that's on a piece of paper distract you or make you think that you can't do something. If you're passionate about the subject and the research, then there's going to be a high impact practice for you.
I was really interested in getting involved in undergraduate research, and so when I came into college, the pandemic was still going on, everything was online, but HIPUR had a lot of research opportunities on their website, and so I started looking through those opportunities. I used some of them to apply, and then I kind of got more involved in person with the office, asking the ladies who worked there for advice, and they were able to not only give me a lot of advice about building myself, but also kind of giving me direct opportunities to present and to get involved on campus and around Tampa Bay. HIPs are important because they give you some context for what you're learning in the class, a practical way to use what you're learning in class, and kind of grow yourself as not only as a student, but as a true well-rounded scholar and someone who's going to be a productive member of society, after you earn your degree.
High impact practices has helped me in my undergraduate research and my career a lot. Through internships, through community service, I've been able to learn and to expand my knowledge and to be able to serve my community, and so I definitely recommend to get involved in high impact practices.
So one of the biggest impacts that the high impact practices as well as undergraduate research had for me personally was really learning how to get into my own industry. As much as I enjoyed the classes and as much as I enjoyed all of the things and the experiences that I've learned, it doesn't stop at the textbook.
I think that being able to connect what's going on in the classroom with real-world scenarios is so valuable. I think that just really, again, allows you to apply that textbook knowledge to real-life situations, and it's really important.
Another experience that I've been involved in is my global learning, which involved me studying abroad, and I actually got to participate in 2 of those, and I was really lucky to do that. One of those brought me into Europe, and I got to shadow physicians abroad. That was a really interesting experience because I got to see things that I wouldn't necessarily have easy time finding here.
I intern here at Innovative Ed. It's a big production studio on campus. It's also a high impact practice. I've been here since the summer. I get to film a lot of this stuff. I filmed this interview, actually the whole thing.
I also got to see how medicine is shaped in another country. I also got to figure out what sort of specialties that I might be interested in. I got to meet a bunch of professionals who are already in the career path that I would like to be in as well. They got to share their experiences with me, and that is something that I'll carry with me into my future career.
And it's really great for my major just because, like, when it comes to filming and things like that, you need the real world experience. And having this whole place is super important just because, like, I can personally get that true experience. And when I do finally get a real job somewhere, I'll be set.
So while doing undergraduate research, I have been able to really develop my critical thinking, and I know that that is a very big, important skill to have.
In the spring of my sophomore year, I had an honors professor who really encouraged me to take one of our projects and make it into a research poster. So I presented at the undergraduate research conference, and that was put on by HIPUR, and I had a great time. I really liked presenting. I didn't know that people would care so much about my project, and so that was really fun.
It's a really neat opportunity for you to finally exercise everything that you know and apply it, be able to solve problems that really do matter in the world.
That kind of inspired me to continue doing research, and I chose to do the thesis option through the Honors College, and I did develop another poster about my thesis project, which was a community health survey in the Dominican Republic, and I was able to present that at another HIPUR conference, which was the Summer Research Symposium.
In my undergraduate research experience, I for the first time felt the spark of, oh, this is why I learned everything that I learned. I was finally able to use the things that I did in classes or in labs. That was a really fulfilling experience for me. And then also being able to find solutions and create things and say that I did that was a really amazing experience because I finally knew that I was capable of doing such things through those experiences.
High impact learning and lifelong success.
High impact learning, lifelong success.
High impact learning and 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 lifelong success.
Thank you.
Thank you.